Yeah.
So me and let me just ask Eric real quick. Disco and I have a bet, $100 wager between us. Now I say Punk will return to WWE, and I have until the end of next year. And Disco just says it's never going to happen. So what do you think about that bet, and which side would you take?
I would take your side before I would take Disco's side.
So you
Only
think,
because I just
yeah,
don't believe never, ever happens in professional wrestling.
sure.
I
And
just
and all you guys,
anything.
I don't. Go ahead, Eric. I'm sorry.
I was just say anything. So much like if you ask me, do you think he'll be there? In the next 3 months? No. 6 months? No. But once you go beyond 6 months, it all depends on what happens in the television market, right?
Right.
If the numbers are solid and continuing to grow the way they have over the last year and a half, I think it would be just very unlikely because there's no need for it.
Right.
But I guarantee you, if those numbers take a big dip and there's pressure on the company to do something to energize the market again, and somebody brings up Punk's name, I would not bet against that. Business is business.
I'm not going to disagree with that. But
go ahead.
my take is that, like as you said, it's just common sense. What's the risk reward for this guy right now? It's extremely high risk. They don't need to take the risk right now. Like
There's that.
I don't
WWE
even
is
think.
like,
I don't think there's any risk involved because Punk's not going to be able to pull into WWE and even remotely have an opportunity to have a repeat performance of what went on in AEW. That's just not going to happen.
But I would say that, but he got sent home. He comes back after 6 months, and it's like it didn't even take long for the problems to happen again. So my thing is like I don't know if that leopard can change it. If he can change his spots. That's maybe
it takes a strong leader to sit you down, read you the react, and tell you, bro. Eric read it to me a couple times with Scott and Kevin,
and it didn't do any good.
But we respected you, And at the end of the day, if they come up to me and go, "Hey, we're not," you pull any of your backroom politics, any of your try to do any, you're out of here. This is your last chance. You're lucky you're getting it. And bro, if he shows up there. If he just shows up there and just says, you know what, I got a lot to say and I'll say it next week. Imagine what the rating will be next week.
And even look, I've been pretty vocal about CM Punk. I don't dislike Phil Brooks at all. I don't know Phil Brooks. We've never had a conversation. And I have no issues with him. I have a big issue with the way he handled himself and some of the things he said to try to get himself over. I think he showed to me a little bit as a professional, but I believe he's got to be a relatively smart guy. I believe that. And you go into WWE, it's a different world there. And not only if he shows up and cuts a promo like Conan suggested, think of the backstory potential that's there as a result of the previous tenure he had. There's just story you could create, some of it based on reality, some of it just made up, but still based on his time in WWE. So the backstory and the creative platform there could be really good and be very effective if the individual Phil Brooks is willing to perform as the character CM Punk within the parameters of WWE. And it's a much different environment. I just don't think he could or would pull the same kind of stunts.
Not that it makes anything official at all. I don't know. You guys may have heard this already, but he returned to do his commentary for the UFC's like feeder promotion. It's Cage Fury or something. And on commentary, he's like, yeah, I'm glad to be back. And, I'll be around because I do have the next 2 months free. And he's hinting at Survivor Series is in Chicago in November. Maybe I'll be.
Or he could be trolling.
He's probably just having fun. But yeah, he did say that.